The 9th Ordinary Session of the National Assembly's or NA 7th Legislature ended on Tuesday, the 21st of July, after running for 15 days with enthusiastic participation by people's representatives from constituencies throughout the country.
กองประชุมสมัยสามัญเทื่อที่เก่าของสภาแห่งชาติสุดที่ 7 ได้ดำเนินมาเป็นเวลา 15 วัน
Vice President of the National Assembly Somphanh Phengkhammy told a press conference right after the session concluded in Vientiane Capital on the 21st of July that, after its opening on July 1st, the session reviewed the government's reporting on the implementation of the socio-economic plan over the past half of fiscal year 2014-2015, as well as plans for the next 6 months and next fiscal year.
ได้เฮ็ดให้กองประชุมครั้งนี้ดำเนินมาและได้รับผลสำเร็จตามระดับคาดหมาย
He said the continued shortfall in revenue collection, significant budget deficit, and rising public debt were the focus of NA members' queries raised with the government. Revenue from the sale of timber was also among the hot topics at the NA session, with the Assembly questioning whether the Prime Minister has used any tough measures against illegal loggers and wood traders as promised as the previous NA session.
ดำเนินกองประชุมโดยเฉพาะแม่นการพิจารณารับห้องเอาปัญหาสำคัญของชาติของกองประชุมได้ดำเนินดังนี้
According to Vice President of the National Assembly Somphanh Phengkhammy, at the session, NA members advised the government to structure the socio-economic development plan based on the reality of its capacity and resources, calling for no more public debt while helping to reduce social disparity. Some NA members were confused over the government's National Socio-Economic Development Plan as they noticed the government's practices did not support its stated policies. They observed there were no concrete measures used against wrongdoers in relations to financial discipline. However, the National Assembly praised the government efforts in concentrating various economic sectors on implementing the plan, which contributed to good results in some sectors. In her closing remarks to the session, NA President Madame Vientiane highlighted some targets achieved, including economic growth, which had been maintained, and several Millennium Development Goals. She mentioned social and cultural affairs, environment protection, governance and cooperation relations with foreign countries and international organizations, which she said were improved and expanded. The session praised the State Audit Organization or SAO and Government Inspection Authority for their attention in guiding the implementation of the audit plan and oversight to address the results of the targets subjected for audit following the NA resolution given at the previous session. The session approved the appointment proposals with regards to the ministerial reshuffle made by the government, which was a measure on continuous improvement of government structure at central level to ensure effective implementation of duties.
เทื่อที่9ของสภาแห่งชาติสุดที่ 7 อย่างเป็นทางการนับแต่เวลานี้เป็นต้นไปขอขอบใจ
The session also praised the Office of the Supreme People's Prosecutor and People's Supreme Court for their active improvement of their structures and that they had implemented their role with high responsibility. The session called on the judiciary bodies to enhance regular guidance and oversight of the implementation of duties of their subordinates to ensure they respected the laws. The session praised the Lao Front for National Construction and Mass Organization for their comments on NA activities, while also disseminated the public complaints for the NA to coordinate with other related bodies and authorities to resolve. A highlight at the session related to the amendment of the law on the National Assembly was an expectation that the amended law would give the right to the National Assembly to pass resolutions on the mistrust of a certain member of the government or the entire cabinet, following the call by the National Assembly Standing Committee and 1/4 of the total number of National Assembly members. President Jumalee Sayason, Prime Minister Thongsin Thamawong, and other high-ranking officials from the party and government attended the National Assembly session closing ceremony.